Hi, my name is Nate. I wanted to cover my pond prowler, or in this case, Quest Angler 10. I think they're all made by the same company. So there's a community on Facebook that shares everything that they did, and I think we all learn from each other. And I've learned a lot from other people, and even invented my own thing. So I wanted to share that because it was so valuable to me. So again, this is the Quest Angler 10. I don't know why. They're all made by Dolphin, I believe. So let me switch it around. Just we'll start in the back here. That's the Minn Kota. It's a 40-pound. It's not the Endura Max, but that's what it is, and it mounts there. This is more stable than trying the front on this. I can tell you about that in a minute. This has I put a rudder on it, and it helps control steering a hell of a lot better. And then I put one of these, I forget what they call it. It helps to balance the bearing on the inside and helps to prevent shaking and all that. And I'm still trying to figure out the proper depth for that, which I've been trying, where that's just a hair above the water. It's kind of what I've been doing. And then I put rod holders all across, on this side. Everything's been sealed, weather protected. And I forgot to mention, the first thing I got when I got this boat, because I heard some people complaining that over time water can build up into the hull because it's a pontoon style. And I put the silicone clear all across the lip, and there's a bottom lip, and it connects to the hull by rivets. And then, I use this as mounting right here, when I rear mount it. And then I got the emergency paddles, and that's mounted with butyl, wrapped around the screw for weather protection. So a lot of people are into the electric, so I'll cover this. This is a battery center. I can provide links. I can't do it now because I'm just making a video. So I drilled holes and put in switches. So as you can see here, I just want to show you that's my Garmin is controlled by that switch. And then that is my lighting. So there's my rear light. And then I got these awesome strip lights, which are sweet. And they illuminate the water down, looks like 5.5, 6 foot. So there's that. And then there's the Transcom, like a Scotty mount. I mounted this so that when I get it, and I can yank it up on the, really easy from the water. And then it slides in that channel that I created. That's an idea that I got from a Harbor Freight review on this 4x8 foldable trailer. And I put the 1/2-inch plywood and carriage bolts all across, and stained it top, edge, and bottom, and all that. So I did have a surface here, and I got rid of it because I just need more real estate. So I just put bungees with a bunch of crap here, so it was a lot easier. So back to my battery. So I'll take this off. So as you can see, I got 100 amp hour lithium phosphate. They call it LiFePO 4, and then there's a 20 amp hour. So there's the other side of my switches. These are just cutoff switches where I'm running the positive hot through them. And every connection just about I've used dielectric grease and all that. I used to have a 50 amp breaker in here. It was like a cheap one from Amazon, and it was popping in there. It probably because I had it right on the positive terminal, not on it, but probably about 6 inches. I don't know. Maybe it was surging at that point, but it's not doing it now because I took this wiring is 10 gauge, yes. So I ran the hot through there, and then I used weather protection butt connectors that are thermal. I hit them with the propane torch after that. So this is a top Bimini. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is made by Knox, and it's awesome. It goes into the zip-up boot. And I've used it a couple times when it was like sprinkling and all that, and it was pretty sweet. So, and then of course I'm using these. Everything I'm all about. I'm a stickler for being very adamant about good, proper electrical connections. I even put a little bit of dielectric grease in there because I wanted it more for the lubrication purposes, you know, and it fits in there properly. And then when I'm done using it, I just pop the breaker. It's in the open busted position, so it ain't work. And then, you know, of course, a lot of people put this flooring in. I got these exercise mats off of Amazon, and I kind of use this metallic duct worked type tape, you know, for the seams because at times they would blow up on the highway. So, what else did I do to this? Let's see. Okay, I'll come back over here. This is where my wire, you know, these lights, I don't know what they pull in wattage. I think very little, 1/4 watt per, you know, one on this side and that side. So I'm not worried about any surge or anything like that. You know, that one in the back, I'm not sure what it's drawing. So probably about a watt. So I got all the wires going into this junction box, which I had this laying around. So I actually used Velcro and screwed those in and then used those as anchoring points for there and there and there. And then, you know, I sealed up that. And then I had a plumbing kit with a bunch of rubber washers and I shoved them into holes because I didn't have that. So everything's been shrink tubed all the way down. That's the combine. I made the connection, the combining of the two lights inside of here, inside of butt connectors, weatherproof even inside of there. So I was just being overkill, it seems, you know, and I got all these mounts everywhere. I don't like the idea of, no, these are wire retention. So I didn't like the idea of tripping on them and all that. So I was really OCD about that. And then, of course, you know, here's the Garmin, and that's coming handy. I was staying away from getting that, and then I said, well, I need it. You know, I went ahead and tried it because it's nice to know your depth, and so that definitely works. It's just not working now, but it's just a base model. It looks like an $80, $90. Oh, it's not turning on now, and there it goes. I was starting to get, yeah, it's kind of cheap. I think I need a new, whatever the hell this is called, the sensor, the sonar, because it's acting funky. Like it's giving me half-ass readings, and I don't know. I thought maybe it was not in the water enough, but it's in there. It's actually submerged probably up to here, and I think that's enough. I'm not certain. But another thing I did with that 40-pound thrust Minn Kota, I don't know if anyone's tried this, but turned into a difficult, dangerous situation in a way, because I got sheet metal here. I forgot the gauge of it, but I bent it, hammered it down, and I, you know, caulked that. Everything's been weather protected, 100% silicone. So anyways, I mounted that there, and I was putting my mount for the trolling motor there, and I had it in high level, like 5, probably drawing around 40 amps, and it just vibrated off, and I had it in my hand while it was spinning in the air, and so I'm not going to mount it up there anymore. I don't know if there's enough surface. There's probably a problem with how I put that metal in there, but the shape of the mount is still the same, you know, whether I added that or not. So I don't know what the hell happened. So, and of course I got, you know, a couple decals and stuff like that, but I just want to see what everyone else, I've seen some people that have compartments and all that. That is so awesome. I just don't have the patience to go that far with it, but I love this. I've taken it out 20 times, you know, got a couple of these. I got 2 anchors on board. I got, like, in here, I got pretty much anything, you know, like if I need to do it in the middle, like I got like splicers, I got wire cutters, strippers, and I had to do that once because it, you know, I actually wired the Minn Kota and cut it, and it went into here one time when I was having trouble, when I was having that breaker issue, when it was mounted inside of here rather than right there. So I got everything looped up, you know, with tension relief, you know, from my days in telecom, you know, so I follow those rules still today. So anyways, I don't know if I could cover it all, but a lot of this I've seen from other people, and I hope that this video helps others. And I'm still looking to learn from other people, still looking for more ideas. But I might be getting tapped out. And my dad, he said it's just a matter of time before you want to upgrade and get a bigger boat. So thanks.